Behold, it is I, Gato Phantasma, amongst you again. You've just entered the no-no zone, and it's too late to turn back. So you might as well buckle up and enjoy the ride. This is the conspiracy card that's going around everywhere, so we're gonna check on down this list. First up, the moon landing was staged. Sorry, boys and girls, we're gonna have to do a deny. Neil Armstrong will punch you in the face, and his last name is Armstrong, so you don't want to be dealing with that stuff. Second up, aliens have visited Earth. This one's an interesting one because, if you're going to say that ancient aliens came back or came to Earth and imparted the knowledge to build triangles with large blocks, I'm going to have to say no, it's been debunked. I was a brave boy and I watched Ancient Aliens Debunked on YouTube, and I looked at the evidence, and even though I was completely against it, same thing with the 9/11 inside job, I watched the debunks, so you have to go with kind of evidence and that kind of stuff. But actually, modern day aliens, it's tough because you have to consider the fact that if we are trying to go anywhere outside of our solar system, it's almost an impossibility because light with no mass still takes so long to get anywhere. So you just can't visit another civilization or have a pen pal in another civilization, because as soon as you see them, they're not even there. Because it took so long for that light to travel that that civilization that you saw is crumbled to dust. Or you saw a microbe, and by the time light travels back, you have no idea where they're at. So it's got to be very hard to pinpoint us in the universe. So gonna have to go with deny, but unlikely. It's also, you could do that. There's lots of blurry photos of UFOs, just like the blurry photos of Bigfoot. Possibly they could be Bigfoot's UFOs, but Bigfoot is a terrestrial of this planet, so still we're going to have to lean with deny, but unlikely. We can't be 100% sure. Flat Earth, we're hard deny. The thing is about flat earthers. Okay, up next. Chemtrails are a thing. I was never really drawn to any chemtrail conspiracy theory nonsense, and I never watched any debunking of that thing because I just already don't believe in it. It's just the idea that the government or corporations or whatever are deliberately dumping chemicals on the human population to have some kind of docile goal. Not a thing, but we will get to the environment and lizard people and Jeffrey Epstein later. But whenever one of these lizard people fly on their private jet to get to Epstein Island, they're not concerned with the environment, and they're not concerned with trying to poison the population on their way to all of Jeffrey Epstein's 7 places. So, chemtrails, not a thing. Fluoride being used to make people docile. I also wish we all could decalcify our pineal glands and open our third eyes. However, it is odd that we specifically are putting something in our drinking water that is a separate thing that's tooth medication. It is odd. However, if you were truly trying to poison yourself with the fluoride in the water, you would hypohydrate from the water long before you are poisoned. So Nope, I don't think that fluoride is being used for making people docile. Um, Vaccines cause more problems than they prevent. Um, yeah, these anti-vax Karens and RFK Jr. fans are you're just a plague on society. Please just watch Science Communicator, whatever you need to just become a different person. Like, Jesus Christ. Um, JFK assassination was an inside job. Um, Lee Harvey Oswald, as far as I believe, was neither an asset of America or Russia. I think that they both were like, what the hell's going on with this guy? That's all I can say. Like, there's the books on this conspiracy theory or debunking this conspiracy theory are dictionary sized. So do not think JFK assassination was an inside job. 9/11 was an inside job, and this one, sadly, as fun is as it is to say that George Bush and Dick Cheney did 9/11. I watched the debunks, so it's simply not true. Um, and for that, George Bush, I apologize. I hope you accept my apology. Um, Gun-related false flags. So, unlike saying that George W. Bush did 9/11 for 10 years, gaslighting the parents and families of children who were killed in school shootings, that's unforgivable. I mean, George W. Bush already forgave me, but that's just you really need to reevaluate what you're doing with your life. And yeah, we're just going to go with hard deny. And this one, they throw you a curveball. Humans are causing major climate change. They did not phrase this as a conspiracy, so they like flipped the script. They should have said climate change is a hoax or something like that. But this one's just straight science and, whatever Al Gore and Ralph Nader and Greta, um, whatever her name is. I don't know her last name. But they've been talking about this stuff. And they are absolutely correct on that. Now, lizard people rule us. So if you are saying did or are lizard people from the planet Nibiru, the Anunnaki, did they come down and integrate and hide in within our population and they rule us? No, that's a hard deny. But these billionaires and other jerk faces basically are metaphorically lizard people because they're just not like us, and you know that. Many celebrities and politicians are pedophiles. So this one is difficult because how you define many really brings you to, if you mean many as in seven, but seven out of how many, or 17 or 70. Like if you're just talking about like the House of Representatives, there's 435 of them. And if you mean 7, 17, 70, it's still not a majority. So um, I wouldn't say a majority. So basically, I am gonna go with unsure because the numbers are something that you could still define as many. But I just don't. Yeah, there's just no way I can find out how many and out of how many. Um, and yeah, so we'll go there. Jeffrey Epstein was murdered. Um, I'm going straight probable. Jeffrey Epstein clearly had the PP tapes of Trump and Putin, as well as uh, thousands of other blackmail pieces. There's a lot going on with that. And this whole conspiracy thing around Jeffrey Epstein, it's new to us. I mean, the people that, I guess last year at some point, all the alt-right YouTubers and pundits dropped the whole thing, and at the same time, the rest of all of us were just like, "Hey, what's that thing you put in the trash over there?" And then they're like, "You didn't care about this when Joe Biden was president," and you know, they got us there. We didn't care about it when Joe Biden was president, but here we are. This is the world we live in. It's likely that Jeffrey Epstein was murdered. I don't have any objective proof. It's all circumstantial evidence, but we're saying probably. And then, so many in power perform satanic rituals. So this seems like the Anunnaki, or not, the Illuminati, and all the weird stuff they used to do at the Bohemian Grove that they talk about. It's possibly a thing. And as far as the word many, what does many mean? Does many mean a handful? A handful of anything can be many. Um, and so from literally single digit 7 people to 70, what does does that really have uh, a majority? We're gonna say unsure, because we can't really. Many is a little up in the air what that means. So there you have it. That is my conspiracy card. Um, we understand that a lot of people wanted to answer lizard people rule us as absolutely, because they're, we don't like them. If I have any of these wrong, please let me know in the comment section where you stand, or just fill out the card yourself, because it's just going around. Until next time, this is Gato Fantasma signing off.